Hey everybody, today I'm going to be making a salted caramel chocolate cheesecake cake. Now there's going to be a lot of parts, so we're going to start with the cheesecake first. Now for that you're going to need a 9-inch Springform pan, and what that is, it's just a pan and it has a spring on it here. And it allows you to take the pan apart after the cheesecake is done. Now on to the ingredients. 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 1/3 cup of sour cream, a pinch of salt, 1/3 cup of heavy cream, 2 large eggs, 2/3 cup of sugar, I used Splenda, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, you preheat your oven to 325. Now what you do is you get a big roaster pan and you leave it empty and you put it on your bottom rack of your oven. And while your oven is preheating, you put your roaster in there and you leave it empty. Okay, the next step is you get aluminum foil and you double wrap the sides of your Springform pan like this. Okay, you put your cream cheese and your sugar in your blender and you mix them until they're creamy, about 2-3 minutes. Okay, when it's all creamed up, then you add your salt and your eggs and you give that a good mixing. Okay, then you add your vanilla, your heavy cream and your sour cream and you mix it well. Okay guys, while this is mixing, boil some water because you're going to need some hot water to put in your roasting pan for your cheesecake to bake. Give your pan a spraying with some canola spray or Pam, whichever you have on hand. Okay, put your batter in the Springform pan. Now take your boiling water and dump it in the roaster pan. You put the cheesecake in the water bath, you bake it for 45 minutes. Then you shut the oven off and you leave it sit in the oven for another 35 minutes. Okay guys, after my cheesecake cooled in the oven, after the 30 minutes, I took it out. Now I'm gonna put it on my counter and leave it cool. After it cools, I'm gonna put the whole pan in the fridge to cool further. Now just to recap, I preheated my oven to 325. I put the roaster in the oven while it was preheating, and I left that preheat while it was empty. Then, when it was preheated, I dumped boiling water in my roaster, and I put my cheesecake pan in the water bath. Then I baked the whole cheesecake for 45 minutes. Then I shut the whole oven off, and I left the cheesecake in the bath water for another 30 minutes while the oven was off. And then I took it out and now I'm going to leave it cool. Now what I'm going to do is for the next part of my cake, you could use any type of chocolate cake you want. I'm going to use a devil's food cake. Now the main thing is you have to make sure that you use the 2 round 9-inch pans. You have to have 2 round 9-inch pan cakes in order for this cake to work. You could use any type of chocolate cake you want. Just follow the instructions on the back of your box, or if you're making a homemade chocolate cake, just make your homemade chocolate cake. Okay guys, while your cakes are cooling, we're going to move on to our frosting. For that you're going to need 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 cups of 10x sugar or powdered sugar, 1/4 cup of caramel sauce or caramel syrup, whichever you have on hand. 1 tablespoon of milk. I'm using skim milk. Okay, you put your butter in the mixer first and you mix it for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's creamy. Then you add your caramel sauce, powdered sugar, milk, and then your kosher salt, and you mix everything until it's fluffy. This usually takes about 4 to 5 minutes. And don't forget to scrape your sides down and make sure everything is incorporated. Okay, when your frosting is creamy like this, it's done. Now we start assembling the cake. You take one of your cold cakes and you put it on a cake plate. Then you take your cheesecake out of the refrigerator and you take it out of the Springform pan. Okay guys, it's a bit tricky, but you take your cheesecake from the pan and you put it, I don't know if you could see, but you put it on top of your one cake, and then you'll take your other cake and put that on top of there. Now this is what it looks like. Now what we'll do is we'll take the frosting that we just made and we'll frost the whole cake. Okay guys, once your cake is frosted, put it in the fridge so it could chill. Then we're gonna make our ganache. Okay guys, for the ganache you're gonna need 4 ounces of dark chocolate, either chips or bar or whatever you have, and you're gonna need 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. You're gonna put your chocolate chips into a microwave safe bowl along with your heavy whipping cream, and you're gonna put that in the microwave for about 30 seconds until it gets all melted. Okay, this was my 30 seconds. You're gonna leave this cool just a little bit and then put this on the cake after it's cooled in the fridge for a little bit. And then you're gonna need about 2 tablespoons of your caramel sauce or your caramel syrup, whichever you have, and about a pinch of your kosher salt, and you're gonna put that on top of your cake. And there the cake is, all done. It's a lot of work, but I hope y'all enjoy it.